Please be seated. Graduates, if you wish to remove your caps, you may do so now. Welcome to the 26th Convocation of the University of Kansas School of Education. At this ceremony, we honor our undergraduate and graduate students who completed their degree programs during summer and fall 2016 and spring 2017. Some students who anticipate graduation this summer are participating as well. The degrees will be conferred at the university commencement exercise tomorrow, and diplomas will be available by July 31 in Strong Hall or by mail. This morning, a photographer will take a picture of each graduate or award recipient as he or she is presented at center stage and shakes hands with Dean Ginsburg. We ask that guests remain in their seats and hold their applause. I am Joe Weir from the Department of Health, Sport, and Exercise Sciences. I would like to acknowledge the assistance of our faculty marshals for the procession: Jordan Bass, Greg Cheatham, Mary Fry, Doug Huffman, Phil Gallagher, Patricia Lowe, and Marlisa Roney. I am honored to welcome our many distinguished guests on the platform this afternoon, including Mary Lee Hummert, Vice Provost for Faculty Development. Other members of the platform party will be introduced during the program. I am now pleased to introduce Rick Ginsburg, Dean of the School of Education.
Mary Lee Hummert has been an administrator and a faculty member at KU for a long time, and she'll be retiring from the university, and I'd like us all to acknowledge Mary Lee if we could. And thanks, Mary Lee, that's why that broke. Today's ceremony is being live streamed and will also be available for view on the School of Education website in a few days. So welcome to the Spring 2017 School of Education graduation. Graduates, you have a lot to be proud of. And also leave today, I think, bearing some responsibility as newly minted graduates. I'm going to talk a little bit about both of these things. But first, you all know that getting to this point in your life took a lot of hard work, time, energy, some pain and suffering, but you also couldn't have done it without the support of your family, your friends, your partners, and others that make up your social ecology. One of our speakers will say more about this in a few minutes, but never forget those that helped you get here today. I also want us all to have visual memories of this day. So sometime during or after today's ceremony, even now, pull out your cell phone and take a selfie. And tweet it to hashtag KUSOE graduation, all small case letters. Again, hashtag KUSOE graduation, so we'll all have these memories to share together. You might want to add a few comments to your tweet. I don't know, maybe something like, "Isn't the dean better looking in person than I thought?" or something like that. That, by the way, guarantees that you actually get your diploma. Wow, all these years toiling towards your degree, and here you are. For most of you, your 6 years, well, however many years it took you to get here, today it all seems worth it. And among us today are many of our students from our wholly online graduate programs, most of whom are on campus here in Lawrence, Kansas for the first time. They come to us from as far away as South America. That's right. In the audience somewhere today is Maria Belén Ayala Mas from Asunción, Paraguay. She's here with her mother and baby for the first time on the Hill. I'm going to take some jump shots here so she gets the feel. As all of you know, KU is a pretty special place. And the School of Education is really the elite of the elite. Our graduates go on to do great things. A few examples. The newly appointed superintendent in Olathe, Kansas, is one of our graduates. The head strength and conditioning coach for the Denver Broncos is one of our graduates. The interim president of Fort Hays University is one of our graduates. The recently appointed interim superintendent in Shawnee Mission, Kansas, is one of our graduates. The head athletic trainer for the Houston Astros is one of our graduates. You'll soon meet Mary Brownell from the University of Florida, considered by many as the leading researcher in the U.S. on special education teacher preparation. She's a rock star, and she's a graduate. Fog Allen, whose name adorns this great arena, is a graduate. And hey, both of Bill Self's kids are graduates of the School of Education. You get the point. Today you join some pretty potent company, and the school is among the leaders at KU. Just consider this. The two largest research grants in the university's history, both for around $25 million, aren't from the medical school, aren't from the pharmacy school, aren't from engineering. They're from faculty in the School of Education. Our graduate programs are ranked 8th amongst public universities and 17th amongst all universities. Special education is ranked number 1 amongst public universities and 2nd overall. In a recent ranking and rating of elementary programs, ours was listed in the top 96 percentile. Last year, about 96% of HSES graduates and 99% of teacher ed graduates were employed or in graduate school. And whereas School of Education enrollments all over the United States over the past 5 years are down about 40%, in that same time period, our enrollments are up 10%. So what does that mean? It means you're graduating from a top-notch program, and you have a lot to be proud of. But my main message for you today is to offer that your graduation carries with it some responsibilities. Only about 35% of Americans have a bachelor's degree. The number with a graduate degree is about 10%. These numbers either reflect or are higher than most of the other countries on the earth. So all of you graduates represent the top tier of Americans in terms of educational attainment. Given the many challenges that our culture faces, I believe that this means your being in the top tier implies that you have some responsibility for helping to shape our future. Well, what do I mean? For example, we hear a lot today about fake news or alternative facts, and the blame covers the entire political spectrum. Some point to places like Fox News or Breitbart. Others point to MSNBC or the New York Times. I certainly have my opinions. But whatever your political persuasion, the issue of capturing what's real and what isn't is really important. It's important for our physical health. It's important for our climate. It's important for our political system. You name it. Read a blog by anyone, and if it matches your point of view, no matter how ridiculous it is, you probably accept it as true. That's not right. Personally, I prefer avoiding the blame game. And instead, I think there's responsibility for fixing this mess, and it lies with you, with us. But most especially with you, our most educated citizens. After all, if you're going to be an educator or a teacher, who can best teach our children how to discern the real from the fake? If you'll be in a health-related field, who better to point out what is accurate from what is folly? Bottom line for me, it is your responsibility to make sure that our students and other citizens can understand truth versus fiction. Sadly, we have a lot of work ahead of us. A recent study by Stanford University professors working with middle school students found that even the most technically savvy students were unprepared to accurately assess the information that they saw. They couldn't distinguish real news from an advertisement. They couldn't distinguish a fake news account from a real one. That's scary. Some helpful efforts are underway. We hear terms today like news literacy or evidence-based advocacy. There are groups like the News Literacy Project and places like the News Literacy Lessons for Digital Citizens program that offer guidance. My gosh, Even Facebook has offered 10 tips to spot what they call fake news. I urge you to go online and check that out. You think I'm off base here? Let me share a little tidbit I ran across a few years ago that makes the point of why we need our most educated citizens, you guys, to lead this effort. I was reading some sports-related stuff online and came upon an article with an interesting title. It was called "The Best Home Field Advantages in College Football." Wow. So I read it. And I was shocked to see that they ranked the best home field advantages, and KU was ranked 14th for having the best home field advantage in the country in college football. That was really surprising to me because at the time, I think our team had won 2 or 3 home games over the past 3 years. And let's just say that those wins weren't against the most robust competition. So how could this be? It turns out that the ridiculous mathematical formula that the authors employed looked at point spread in wins between home games and road games. In other words, if it won a lot, it proved to be a disadvantage. KU didn't win many games, but those few we did win at home, we won by more points than those few we did win on the road. Interestingly, at that time, the most recent national champion, Alabama, was ranked 106th on this list. So everybody, that's right, KU was ranked higher in football than Alabama. Sadly for Alabama, they beat the snot out of everybody that they play, whether at home or on the road, so supposedly they don't have a home field advantage. And just for sanity's sake, I looked to see if these geniuses had written a similar piece on college basketball. They did. KU's ranking for home field advantage here in Allen Fieldhouse was 86th. For the team that has had the most lopsided home court advantage over the last 2 decades, nobody is close. So this wasn't actually fake news. The writers employed a complicated mathematical model to come up with their story, but it certainly was patently absurd, don't you think? Not very different from the non-scientific or politically twinged accounts we see and hear all the time about science, about the climate, about vaccinations, other healthcare-related issues, about politics, you name it. The responsibility I see is for all of us, for all of you, to do better. As future educators or other professionals, we bear the responsibility, we bear the burden of making sure that people have the tools to distinguish the truth from nonsense. Facebook's tips actually offer specific things to look at for online news accounts. Understanding the source is a really good start. A blog by a Nobel laureate scientist in his or her field really needs to be considered differently from the blog your crazy uncle just posted. A study by an advocacy group or foundation, even well-known ones, is not the same as a scientific paper that has been peer-reviewed by other scientists. Be wary of sham publications or articles that are quoted. Look at the evidence. Where's it from? This isn't the time or place to provide you with all the details, but you're all pretty darn smart. You just finished a degree from a high-powered university. It certainly is time to suggest that as the intellectual leaders of tomorrow, and that's who you are, it is your responsibility to seek and understand the truth, to seek and understand what's real, and to help others get there. It doesn't mean only finding the things you agree with. It does mean challenging yourself and others to only value news and evidence that is actually sound. So whether your field is education or health or mental health or sports or exercise or whatever, help your students, help your clients, help your family, help your friends and work colleagues, help that crazy uncle understand. Learn to decipher what you see and read. Pick apart fact from fiction, solid evidence from opinion. Put another way, use all the skills you obtained here at KU, all the hard work and effort in getting you educated for a higher purpose. Some people call this generation, your generation, the post-truth generation. Post-truth. I think you're far better than that. And so I leave you with the words of one of the great purveyors of truth, Dr. Seuss. who said, "You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose." Make us proud, Jayhawks. Take your selfies. Thank you. Take your selfies, tweet to KUSOE graduation, all lowercase, and congratulations, Rock Chalk. The Wolf Teaching Excellence Awards were established by the Wolf Family Foundation to recognize excellence in secondary school teaching through nominations by KU undergraduate seniors from any major on campus. We are proud to honor the recipients of these awards today. All of their nominators are here as well. Will our three honorees please come forward? Sean Horning teaches history and sociology at Wamego High School. He was nominated by Megan Elder, a December 2016 business school graduate who will start law school next summer. Hornig says, "I have taught in the same school for 15 years. Our school and community is set in the middle of one of the last stands of tall grass prairie on the planet. The local culture holds uniqueness and strength of character that is as deep as the grassroots found therein. As an educator, I seek opportunities for my students to expand their horizons and experience the world." Our second winner is Claire Pennycuff, a language arts teacher and English teacher at Capoon Mount Carmel High School in Wichita, Kansas. She was nominated by Henry Moore, who will receive his Bachelor of Science and Business degree in accounting tomorrow. She wrote, "As a 10-year veteran, I understand teaching is incredibly complex. Teachers work with the family and society to develop each student's potential. I must be a role model who is goal-oriented, creates a positive learning environment, and fosters active learning and creativity." Robert Sauber is a mathematics and physics teacher at southeast of Saline High School in Gypsum, Kansas. Alicia Patek, one of our own elementary education students who will receive her degree tomorrow when she walks down the hill, nominated him. "I firmly believe," he wrote, "that the teacher sets the tone for the classroom and has a substantial influence on the success or failure of his students. I recognize the need for the continual growth of the teacher as well as the student. The most important thing that we can do is strengthen and improve the teaching profession is to have high expectations for ourselves, our peers and students, and help them meet those expectations." You can read more about these outstanding teachers in your program. Let's give them a round of applause. It is now my honor to present the School of Education's Distinguished Alumni Award. The award this year goes to Mary Brownell, who earned a doctoral degree from our Department of Special Education. Her record of service and accomplishment is truly extraordinary, and we're delighted that she's able to join us today. Her leadership, her research, and her current projects are changing teaching in classrooms across the United States for students with disabilities. You can read more about Mary in your program, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail today. Suffice to say, she really is a rock star. And Mary, we're pleased that you came back, and we hope that you will accept this award from us with thanks for your influential career and your service to education, and frankly, our most vulnerable students. Mary Brownell. Each spring, undergraduate students select faculty who could best exhibit excellence in classroom teaching for an award called the Geiger Ghoul Teaching Award. This year's recipient is Dr. Heidi Hallman from the Department of Curriculum and Teaching. We love her too. Established by the family of Dr. Bob Frederick, a beloved and an integral member of our faculty who died, sadly, in 2009, the Dr. Bob Frederick Faculty Award honors an outstanding faculty member who exemplifies ethics in their career and carries on Bob's tradition of devotion to students. Bob also spent 14 years as the athletic director here at the University of Kansas. Our winner this year is Dr. Jordan Bass from the Department of Health, Sport, and Exercise Sciences. Jordan, please jog back to your seat, if you would. We would now like Joe Weir to come back to the platform.
Stealing my line. We would like to ask the recipients of the Senior Leadership Awards to come forward. Each of these exemplary students will receive a small gift to mark their accomplishments. Please hold your applause until all of the recipients have been introduced. Shelby Blankenbaker, Sport Management. Jenna Brophy, Exercise Science. Julie Burke, Unified Early Childhood Education. Kelsey Consolver, Secondary History and Government Education. Aaron Feller, Elementary Education. Shar Height, Elementary Education. Madeline Hughes Zahner, Exercise Science. Chloe Jones, Exercise Science. Laura Oler, Elementary Education. Emily Peterson, Health and Physical Education. Josie Sands, Secondary English Education. Chase Seaschultz, Exercise Science. Taylor Susi, Exercise Science. Hannah Taylor, Unified Early Childhood Education. Hannah Tortolot, Exercise Science. Emily Younger, Middle Mathematics Education. It is our tradition to select an exceptional student to speak on behalf of all graduates. Please welcome Lynette McJunkin, who will receive her doctoral degree from the Department of Educational Psychology tomorrow.
Okay. Dr. Ginsburg, Dr. Thomas, Dr. Wolf-Wendell, faculty, staff, family and friends of the graduates, ladies and gentlemen of the University of Kansas class of 2017. For the privilege of speaking to you this morning, I am honored and grateful. Well, here we are. Today is it, that defining moment we've been waiting for, anxiously anticipating, sometimes thinking it will never happen, praying we can make it just one more class, turn in one more assignment, give one final presentation. Today is that proverbial last stop we've been so focused on during our journeys, a journey we have shared with many. This day is just as much for our family and friends as it is for us. Let's take a moment and recognize those in our lives that have walked beside us and supported us throughout our years here at KU. We're gathered here today to celebrate and reflect on the time, commitment, and genuine hard work we put in earning these degrees. We pause to think about all the study groups, some of which may have happened at the wheel. They're study groups nonetheless. The all-night writing sessions fueled by pizza and Red Bull, the take-home tests that literally took an entire weekend to complete, and the vacations and holidays we skipped with our families to be sure that the work was done by Monday. We have sacrificed a lot to reach this point, and we have each earned the pride we feel in this moment right now. As I stand in front of you today, inside these walls, the signature building of not only our university, but our basketball team, and to some, even the game of basketball itself, I'm reminded about the first time I felt Jayhawk pride. I was at a basketball game my first semester. I delayed getting tickets, and so I ended up in the nosebleed section. Seriously, right up there where the screams of fans and the heat from the lighting system join as one. Right there's where I felt it. As the game clock wound down, I heard the low hum of our haunting chant begin. And don't get me wrong, I'd heard it several times before, but this was the first time as a student at KU. And as I looked around at the cheering fans, locking arms, everybody swaying in unison, I was amazed at the sheer volume of people that were joining as one to celebrate. It really did seem pretty simple. It was just a basketball game. And yet there were literally 16,000 people joining as one to celebrate the success of 15 players. It was at that moment I knew two things. One, I'm a Jayhawk fan for life. And two, being a part of the success of someone else can be just as powerful as our own achievements. I was so proud in that moment. I was so excited, so committed to the success of this group. I wanted that success to continue and grow. Like everyone else in the building, I wanted to experience those emotions every time they played. So when I left the game that night, I was pretty inspired. I was proud, I was full of excitement, and I really began thinking, how could I apply all these emotions, what I'm feeling right now, to my studies and my research? I knew I wanted to create solutions that would help others succeed. I wanted to conduct work that would change how student success was measured, how it was evaluated, even how it was discussed. So I get the nerd moment of mine from a basketball game may not apply to all of you, but I'm gonna guess you felt something similar at some point during your time here, because we've all completed degrees that by definition are committed to social support, educational change, and student-client success. Today, we're gonna leave the doors of our beloved KU. We're filled with pride and emotion again. We leave here prepared to establish ourselves in our fields. We leave here with the understanding that education is a fundamental human endeavor. This is the bedrock of our instruction, and it's also the mission of the School of Education. Each program within the school follows and molds this understanding into the unique aspects of each degree. For the Department of Educational Psychology, this means establishing excellence through the productions of leaders in counseling and school psychology, and graduating research scientists prepared to initiate change in education through advanced research and psychometrics. The Department of Special Education, which is consistently ranked as one of the top graduate-level special education programs in the country. They graduate students that are dedicated to serving as social advocates, who are capable of generating research to enhance the quality of life for persons with different abilities and their families. In the Department of Curriculum and Teaching, this commitment is seen in the production of educators who are devoted to the academic achievements of students in a rapidly changing classroom. Graduates who are committed to the successes of all students across differing racial, cultural, linguistic, socioeconomic backgrounds and abilities. For the Department of Educational Leadership and Policy Studies, producing high-quality leaders in education is only highlighted by the continual production of individuals graduating the program prepared to lead as administrators, researchers, and faculty members. And finally, in the Department of Health, Sport, and Exercise Sciences, that means preparing students to be pioneers in healthcare, athletic training, and sport management, as patient education is the core of how healthcare promotes change in patients and clients. As graduates of the Kansas University School of Education, we leave these programs equipped with the knowledge and expertise needed to promote change. However, we must recognize we are beginning careers in a world of uncertainty. This is particularly true for professions in education, as there are many questions and concerns about where student education will be in a year, where it will be in 3 years, 5, even further. With massive ideas of change swirling at the national level, including potential changes to public schooling, the addition of a voucher system, cuts in funding, immigration changes, it is important to remain grounded in the expert you became here at KU. Whether your plans will take you into K-12 education, into higher education, or into the business sector, at some point in your career, you will be challenged in your beliefs and your understandings. Know that the diversity that is driving our current society really does provide you an opportunity to continue to grow and learn through the knowledge, life perspectives, challenges, and triumphs of those unfamiliar to you. Avoid the pressure to conform to the majority. Our lives and our careers will be defined by the moments when we are the most uncomfortable. It is during these times that you will be reminded of and draw from the training and expertise you gain throughout your work at KU. Stay true to what you know is right, not only for you, but for your students, your clients, staff, and your family. There is uncertainty ahead of all of us, but you have been preparing to be part of a solution your whole time here. We as a class will shape education like no class before us. As we spend our last moments here in Allen Fieldhouse, I ask you to take a moment, remember everything about being a Jayhawk that you love. Hold those memories close and use those emotions in everything you do beyond this campus. Use the strength and pride you feel as a Jayhawk to help you achieve all of your goals. Draw for inspiration from the exciting moments, like when Frank Mason led us out of a 14-point deficit to beat West Virginia in overtime. Lead with the same passion and commitment you feel when you hear the unforgettable Rock Chalk chant. And whenever you see a flash of crimson and blue, remember, you are living proof that education is the heart, the lifeblood of all success. As you educate your students, your clients, your team, rely on every piece of knowledge you gained here on this campus. We will all take a piece of KU with us wherever we go. This place gets in your blood, and we will always bleed crimson and blue. We will always cheer for our team, and we will always, always be quick to remind anyone who questions, Kansas University is the creator of champions. Congratulations, class of 2017.
Thank you, Dr. McJunkin. Dean Ginsburg would now like to present you with a remembrance of this occasion. And now, Dr. Kelly Thomas will present the candidates for bachelor's degrees.
Distinguished faculty and guests, it is my pleasure to present the candidates for baccalaureate degrees. I will ask that the audience hold your applause until all the baccalaureate candidates have been introduced. The dean will congratulate our students. Candidates, you should place your tassel to the right side of the mortarboard, shake hands with the dean, and pause briefly for the photographer at mid-stage. You will also pause at the far end of the stage for a photograph. Marshals, please escort the candidates to the stage. Yeah.
Here's water. Okay. Just hand me the card. Good to go. All right. Hand the card.
Shelby Ray Blankenbaker. Jenna Brophy. Julie Delana Burke. Kelsey Consalver. Aaron Feller. Shar Height. Madeline Hughes Zahner. Chloe A. Jones. Laura Catherine Euler. Emily Peterson. Josie Ann Sands. Chase McLean Seaschultz. Taylor Susie. Hannah Emmeline Taylor. Hannah Catherine Tortillat. Emily Younger. Jaden R. Butcher. Madison C. Smith. Ashley Jenkins. Emily Marie Weaver. Emily Rains. Brett Davis. Camille Taylor. Haley Elizabeth Trudeau. Matthew Gorby. Taylor Patterson. Jamie Lee Bartz. Elizabeth C. Sierra. Emily J. Wright. Courtney Raymer. Mackenzie Sipes. Victoria Lauren Alejos. Ariel Smith. Anna Leanna Dipri. Logan Williams. Victoria Davis. Hind Aawani. Megan Ann Mandel. Hyungjung Lee. Hannah Evilsizer Kohler. Samantha Marie Holcomb. Alyssa Ferguson. Mary Margaret Kelly. Sydney Klimas. Dominique Elizabeth Woodbridge. Chandler Cash. Abigail Lynn Swetzig. Heidi Rebecca Seiden. Maria Pomake. Barina Pomake. Aaliyah Louise Beaker. Rachel Lynn Naunt. Ashley Puanani. Close, right? Oh, honey. Erin Suzanne Klotz. Amanda Owsley. Kirsty Rooks. Erica Marie Gilmeister. Maria Pohoreski. Lana Harriman. Jessica Renee Bollig. Olivia Lee Cowan. Paige Cedargreen. Megan Catherine Koval. Taylor Lee Horvath. Christina Bayford. Chad Justin Meinich. Isaac Heinen. Riley Pinster. Daniel Kiefer. Tanya Oxsher. Taylor Sloan. Brooke Janae Buckner. Hope Wilson. Annie Mitchell Fritch. Erin Audrey Hutch. Rachel Erin Woods. Brooklyn Burke. Miranda Davis. Devin Humphreys. Jared Starr. River Messinger. Hannah McDonald. Oh. Taylor Billings. Scott Cowan Jr. Mitchell Dean Browning. James Sott. Ryan Wise. Nia Blade Soa Doku. Ryan Michael Weiss. Montel Haran Kozard. Ryan Mitchell Floberg. Jason Weiserl. Brian Nugent. Elliot Levine. Andrew Mazan. Jared Daniel McDonald. Leo Henderson. Laura Jean Foster. Hannah Caroline Thomas. Leishel Downs. Aya Freedom Johnson Gonzalez, Liberal Arts and Sciences. Daphne Nicole Monroe. Brianna Carmen. Anna Jean Vandevort. Bray Hampton Kelly. Stephanie Ella Schulater. Catherine Cooper. Christina Sieber. Justin Patrick Miller. Savannah Lee Skoke. Jordan Gilman. Mason Allen Brightbill. Kiana B. Brown.
Okay, I'm gonna tell. Okay, I'm sorry.
Way to go. Kareem Azavier Wall. April Rose Montoya. Kimberly Ann Massinio. Benjamin Anderson. Hayden Morrison. Shay Briggs. Brandon Allstet. Robert Jake Moulton. Colin Campbell. Yelena Buagreen. What? Boogerin. Kaylin Green. Sarah Jo Rourke. Jean Marie Johnson. Good name. Kelly Nicole McKenna. Jalen Dana Janix. Braden Werner. Benjamin Scott Dandria. Dylan Smith. Alex Beer. Kayla Ann Sinclair. Lauren Michelle Wolf. Kaylee Elizabeth Collister. Courtney Ann Wheeler. Thompson Robert Dufel. Colby Wayne Minich. Minich. Shelby Taylor. Rachel Hahn. Andrea Schutz. Allie Cox. Taylor Bagwell. Sarah Marie Hannon. Uh-oh, I'm going to need my... Callahan Scott. Casey Quinn Hatchett. Jane Marie Lobosco. Stephanie Veronica Darden. Courtney Michelle Saya. Andrea Rochelle Worth. Kelly Koziel. Jennifer Landman. Allison Janelle Meads. Laura Ann Francis Gentry. Megan Lynn Ketchum. Marin Olivia Armovich. Claudia K. Rivera Sanchez. Rivera. Cody Dean. John Daniel Schichler. Thank you. Moon. Albert Moon. Colby John Wright. Leah Michelle Fitzer. Amanda Marie Macer. Claire Carpenter. Meredith Lorene Brownell. Taylor Estrada. Pia Pavlich. Hannah Angel. Anna C. Everson. Sophie Wilms Hurst. Alexa Hilgendorf. Christian Wallace. Bailey Scales. Ariana Layla Ahmad. Jordan Christina Hernandez. Michaela J. Ward. Kelly Grimes. Mary Catherine Rogler. Allison Jean DeMeo. Anne Marie Olson. Courtney Michelle Weber. Emily Jean Peer. Julia Reed. Kayla Suzanne Heenan. Sarah Grace Holland. Hannah Karen Pruitt. Christian Michael Blake Patrignot. Shannon Michelle Lee. Samuel Ryder. Austin Spencer Christensen. Patrick Hendrickson. Alexis Ann Weber. Mackenzie Arnold. Lexus Beatty. Haley Hardwick. Gracie Larcher. Natalie Gavin Brockmeyer. Travis Michael Kessinger. Mary Leadham. Libby Irwood. Sahava Davis. Kylie K. Seib. Lillian Eleanor Eichhoff. Maria Sanchez. Alyssa Rodriguez. Kristen Rao. Sina Rasmussen. Nicola Gentry. Anna Korrock. Lindsay Marie Garber. Alyssa Ann Talbot. Kylie Barry Cole. Matthew Daniel McKenna. Molly Warsaw. Erin Lynn Kiefler. Joshua Lee Lahr. Tyler Kevin Posh. Sierra Garrison. Anna Frame. Alyssa Carol Rule. James Fisher. Michael Orlick. Stephanie Sontag. Luke Gregory Anderson. David Watson. Lauren Jolane Bellardo. Alyssa Myers. Tanner Tripp. Kylie Marie Ashton. Samuel Patrick Cunningham. Charles Hallwaddell. Brittany Highnote. Jack Goodwin. Jeremy Lipman. Stephanie Hall. Melissa Stacy. Alyssa Patek. Amber Moore. Sierra Plackett. Nicole Coda. Bailey Dumeyer. Olivia Fox. Kimberly Hiskey. Taryn May Vogel. Elsie, thank you. Elsie Christine Bones. Caitlin Marie McDonough. Katie Grace Skug. Madeline Jean Adams. Josie Truitt. Kaylee Robinson. Morgan Hendricks. Yeah, I'm going to do it right. Matthew James Echevarria. Sam Bruning. John Portanonen. Aaron Devonte Lamar. Nicole Marie Barrera. Josie Lynn Owens. Emily Jo Haggard. Please join me in congratulating our baccalaureate candidates.
I'm back. I'd like to present the Budig Teaching Professor Awards for the School of Education. Our 217-218 Budig Teaching Professor in Education is Mary Fry from the Department of Health, Sport, and Exercise Science. I now want to present the Budig Teaching Professor Award in Special Education Our 217, 218 beauty teaching professor in special education is Kathleen Lane. Okay. For the 24th year, our School of Education is proud to recognize outstanding graduate work. The award for the outstanding master's thesis goes to Michael Bresky for his work entitled The Effects of Goal Priming on Cortisol Responses in the Ego-Involving Climate. His advisor is Mary Fry from the Department of Health, Sport, and Exercise Sciences. Mr. Bresky is unable to be with us today, but let's give him a round of applause. We have 2 awards this year for outstanding doctoral dissertation. The first goes to Derek Hutchinson for Learning to Be, a narrative inquiry into the identity and making curriculum of individuals positioned by dominant stories of gender and sexuality. His advisor is Mary Lynn Hamilton from the Department of Curriculum and Teaching. Derek? The other award goes to Jonathan Mays for his outstanding doctoral dissertation entitled From Boys to Men, Interpretive Ethnography of College Football. His advisor is Jordan Bass from the Department of Health, Sport, and Exercise Science.
At this time, I would like to introduce Dr. Lisa Wolf-Wendell, Associate Dean for Graduate Studies and Research. She will present the candidates for graduate degrees.
It is my pleasure to present the candidates for graduate degrees. Will the marshals please escort the candidates to the stage? Again, hold your applause until all graduate degree candidates have been introduced. I will now announce the candidates for master's degree. Dat Huang. Michael Stoker. Casey Bray. Kathleen Murphy Tawneys. Josh Gaston. Christopher Tyler Frederick. Stephanie K. Meager. Ashley Schmidt. Anthony Allen Moss. Lisa K. Moss. Ray Lynn McCabe. Abby Markowitz. Meredith Taylor Barrow. Sammy Volker. Nathaniel Coney III. Brianna Elam. Gabrielle Garrison. Lubbock D. Smith III. Q. Wright. Paige Hicks. Jen Blackburn. Taylor Danielle Hanna. Laura Maggie Delaney. Steve Hawkins Jr. Kevin Dunn. Carly Jo Woolman. Devin Marine. Shannon Nolte. Michelle Lowenstein. Daniela Sebastian. Nicole Tunks. Elizabeth Edmonds. Jennifer Noland. Amber L. Gilbert. Kristen Nicole Sittig. Jenna Kozub. Melinda L. Forsberg. Christy Tackle Green. Sarah Wellington Myers. Caitlin Cassidy. Kate Kronmeyer Gonzalez. Zukrajcik. Jenna Ulia Zukrajcik. Hunter Finch. Catherine Maureen Keenan. Renee Catherine Denton. Laura Cerveni. Nina Lynn Berg. Stephanie Nicole Hillhouse. Mary Elizabeth Young. Brooke Michelle Klein. Katie Elizabeth Flippo. Deirdre Tonkney. Marie Zars. Brian Ford. Drew Roberts. Benjamin Richardson. Jamie Lynn Provo. Devin James Maxwell. Christopher Robert Anderson. Quinton Riles. Mackenzie Joe Olson. Catherine Marie Lytle. Jessica Bunting. Kimberly Lamgo. Kaylin Emily Keplinger. Alexandra Lee Kirschner. Mike Thompson. Douglas Burnett. Jamie Allison Carr. Rachel Jean Keith. Amy Bartle. Susan Ann Yetter. Lindsay Lloyd. Stacy Reisig. Cleansing. Brian John Cleansing. Tomiko Kimura. Yonyok Song. Brooke Nelson. Joanna Christina Rapol. Raquel. Raquel Marie Ventura. Jill Marie Hicks. Roughton. Jody Roughton. Olivia Belk Spencer. Accord? Yeah. Okay. Ryan Lane Accord. Wondrapple. Amanda Wondrapple. Say it. Wondra Apple. Amanda Wondra Apple. Emily Ziprich. Sorry. Bosager? Robin Bosager. It's going great. Ian James Stand. Hannah Grace Van Orsby. Victoria Ortiz. Mohammed Ahmed Amalki. Tyrianne Danielle Wright. Beth Ann Steinbacher. Timothy James Randall Little. Peyton Elizabeth Weiss. Troy Fox. Brittany Christine Lucas. Keely Danielle Alexander. Claire Higgins Toman. Rachel Swanson. Denisha Tanisha Morris. Jasmine Pasimio. Derek Ryan Stark. Anthony Leone Ridoff. Sari Jeline Little. Maggie Carroll. Amanda Solter. Huda Alharbi. Laura Smith Everett. Paula Lee.
Hello.
Eddie F. Londy III. Michelle Renee Byington. Morgan Lee Rose. Colby Lee Heckathorn.
Carolyn Barnes.
Carolyn Barnes.
Ramon.
Allison Ramons.
Megan or Megan?
Megan Lynn Burns. Samantha Hollingsworth. Courtney McCallum. Lee James Dvorak. Elizabeth Marie Beck. Dawn Burke.
Goebel.
Cynthia McMahon Goebel. Emily Renee Scott. Elizabeth Anstein. Jessica Marie Tolbert.
I got you.
Maurice Allen Upshaw, Jr. Rebecca Lopez. Amy Erica Aldrich. The baby? Maria Belen Ayala. And Mia. David Zumlansky. Say again? Labe. Lindsay Lee Labe. Michelle Staffen Brown. Carrie Shirley. Emily Suzanne Freeman. Lisantia. Is there more? Kirsten Nelson. Maggie Rapp Purvis. Kenneth Philip Jones, Sr. Kula Fora. Haibi Haidara. David I. Kwawin. David A. Kwawin. Nathaniel Reedy. Taylor K. Elizabeth Smith. Alyssa Wilhite. Jamie Ray Krotke. I will now introduce the candidates for specialist degree. Eric Patris Hafner. Cheyenne Hanson Marlowe. Kristen Michelle Sumter. Samantha Jane Sepulveda. And now I'm pleased to present the candidates for doctoral degrees. Lynette Maria McJunkin. Lynette Maria McJunkin. Derek Andrew Hutchinson. Jonathan Robert Mays. Michael Trevino. Claire Shapercutter. Fahad Aharbi. Benjamin Allen Wolf. Candace Marie Hogue. Yujin Song. David James Royer. Eric A. Common. Tina Marie Ellsworth. Alejandra Alana. Zhaojing Zhang. Mina Kim. Yusun Chong. Christopher Orlando. Lizette Anita Burks. Nadia Jessup. Sister Marie Aloysius Gabuchalam. Feruz Akabarov. Yuja Lei. Christopher Patrick Ray. Please join me in congratulating our candidates for graduate degrees.
Thank you all for joining us for the 26th School of Education Convocation. Our guests will please remain seated until the faculty and all graduates have completed the recessional. We would like to thank the University of Kansas Brass Quintet for providing us our music this afternoon. And now, please rise and join us as Assistant Dean Lon Dennert leads us in singing the first verse of the University of Kansas alma mater, The Crimson and the Blue. The words are found on the back of your program.
Far above the golden valley, glorious to view, stands our noble alma mater, towering toward the blue. Lift the chorus ever onward, crimson and the blue. Hail to thee, our alma mater. Hail to old KU. Rock, chalk, Jayhawk, KU. Rock, chalk, Jayhawk, KU.
Rock, Jock, Jay.